So hi guys, my name is Aditya Raj Verma and I'm onto the making of a project which is basically a chat app, and I have coded down the basic functionality of it, like basically the backend stuff, what will be going on in the server, and the front end part will be coding in a bit after a bit because I need to integrate the socket.io connection in my backend for the real-time communication. Else, other than that real-time communication, that is the integrating of the socket.io, other functionalities have been written which I'll just be dictating out. So if you want, like, just feel free to like pause through the video and then just read through it, right? I guess my screen is getting recorded and not getting paused. 47 40, yeah, it is absolutely fine. So okay, so like this is the like the folder structure. This is the backend, and then this is the front end, and then I have installed all these npm init over here, and this is the backend where I'm just keeping all of my folder structure. Like this is the handler, this is the middleware, these are all the models mains, and these are the routes, and then this is the token generation, and this is the mains file through which the entry happens, right? So I have just imported the express and then made the express app to just listen it on a particular port. How, like the thing that is present process.env.put, this is in particular present in the .env file, which I won't be showing you all, guys. Like this is present in the .env file, I won't be showing you that file, like for sure, that is for security purposes. But other than that, express app has been made, and then this server is up and running. First, I have made this MongoDB connection. Again, this MongoDB string is present in my .env file, which has been taken from the MongoDB Atlas, right? So this connection has been made, and then it is told that yeah, database is connected. So if I just run this, I'll just close this and run this again. Npm run server. So this is working absolutely fine. The database gets connected in the very first place, and then the server is up and running as expected. Fine. Then we'll just moving on to the routes, right? First, let's move on to the auth route. Like when I click on this is the functionality: login, logout, and sign up. So let's move on to the sign up thing. Then this is the handler function where sign up. I'm just taking the full name, username, password, and confirm password. Then I'm just checking whether these things are equal or not, and then I'm just searching for that user inside the database and return that user already exists if the entry already exists in the database. Now what I'm doing is, if it does not exist, then I'm trying to hash the password. So for hashing the password, we need some kind of already that salt, like the number of times the password will be hashed, right? The number of times the password will be salted. So this is the function bcrypt.gen. By the way, bcrypt is a third-party function which I am using by after installing it. So this is the salting done, and then this is the password that has been hashed. Fine, and then it is getting stored in the database. Like first, after this new user dot create new user, and then I'm trying to save it using this await keyword. So and then I've just generated the token, right? I've just generated the token, and then I've just let the given a response that yeah, this is absolutely fine, and this is the entry. These are the credentials to your entry. Obviously password is not there, I won't be revealing the password from the database, right? So this is the thing, and then this comes to be like it is just catching the error if anywhere there error happens. So it is going to catch the error. Obviously it's a much uh, I would say better technique to enclose everything inside that handler function inside a try catch block, right? So this is the sign up functionality. Let's move on to the sign login basically functionality, that is sign in login. So this comes, I'm just extracting the username and the password, and then I'm just checking whether that user is already present in the database or not. If the user isn't present, is not present, then I'm returning invalid credentials. Other than that, I'm just just uh, I'm just comparing the password, that the password which I have provided from my side and the password which is already present in that data site, do they match or not? If they don't match, then I would just return invalid credentials. Other than that, if they match, then I would just be returning this guy all these credentials, right? But the thing is, that whenever we are trying to send something from the after login, when we are trying to send something from the server to the front end, we we ensure that token is being generated. We try to ensure that the token is being generated, and after the token being generated, what we are trying to do is like put that token inside that inside cookie, and then trying to send that cookie from the server to the front end, right? Firstly, we are trying to generate a token, and how are we generating that token? Using the underscore id of the mongodb, which mongodb itself generates. There are various particular reasons to it. Why does this id underscore id work well with MongoDB, but that's something off topic. So I will just be sticking to this topic. The thing is, for each and every underscore ID, that is every unique entry inside the database, I'm taking the underscore ID, putting my signature over it to make it a token, and then I am putting that token inside a cookie, and then I'm parsing that cookie from the server to the front end. And when you go to this function is exactly what it does. This is what it does, this function. So I'm taking the this user id, right? I'm taking this user id, and then how am I passing how am I passing this user id? This user is basically the function that I have gotten, right? This user is basically the the entry that I have gotten, and then this id, I'm using this id to generate a token, right? I'm using this id to generate a token, and then put that token inside a cookie, and then return it, right? Oh, my bad. And then return it. Okay. So I have just this guy, right? And then I have just returned it, right? Rest.cookie. So there are main functionalities such as rest.send, rest.send, rest.status, rest.json, rest.cookie. So here is the rest.cookie that is being sent from the server to the front end, right? And then rest.status code is sent, and then these are the username and full name that is being sent. These are the basic login functionalities. Now this was the auth controller, right? Now let us move on to the messages, right? Let us move on to the messages. So what is this messages? The message is basically the route function, route where the where I am trying to send the messages and receive the messages, right? Where I am trying to send and then receive the messages. So this is the middleware. This is the middleware wherein the token is getting verified, that whether the user is logged in or not. That is the authentication. Secondly, it tries to see that whether the user is authorized to send a message or not. Let us say, what do I mean by this authentication and authorization is, as far as as far as I have understood, I'll just try to explain it to you guys if you are like watching my video. Um, the thing is, authentication means that whether I am signed into a particular website or not, right? Let us say, like, how do I explain this? Let us say there's a website which needs you to log in, right? And then there is a functionality wherein you can send a text message. So without you being logged in inside that website, how are you going to send that message? So this is called authentication, that you need to be logged in for you to send the message, right? Now let's say there comes a scenario where you are like, I have been authenticated, like I have been signed in, I have signed in myself, but you are using someone else's id, you are using someone else's unique id to send message from your side to someone else. So even that needs to be authentic, even that needs to be verified, right? So exactly that is the thing that we are doing here. So firstly, I'm trying to extract that. Like, see, cookie has been sent from the server to the front end. That cookie contains token, and that token, how is that token made? that token is made from the underscore ID of the particular user that is already present in the database. Like database that has all the fields, one of those fields inside that particular entry of the database, that particular entry of the database has many fields. One of those fields being underscore ID. That underscore ID is being signed on to make token. Now that token is being put inside cookie, right? Now that token is being put inside the cookie, and then that cookie is being transferred from the server to the front end. Like this is the exact logic of how the token and this cookie works. I'll just repeat it once more. The thing is, whenever you are trying to log in, what it does is it firstly tries to verify that whether this is an authenticated user or not. That means let's say I have given my username and password. So it tries to go to the data, it tries to find inside the database key whether a particular username is present or not, because if you look inside this model, I have put username to be unique. So I'll just be checking it with the help of username, right? I'll just be checking it with the help of username. So I'm checking it with the help of username that whether a particular entry of that username is present or not. If it is not present, then simply it tells that user doesn't exist, right? Simply finished, returned, done. With if that user is if that particular user is present in that database, what I'm going to do is that particular that particular entry which contains that username, that particular entry inside the database, that particular entry may be having different fields: username, full name, gender, like all those different stuffs, right? One of those entry which is being created by the MongoDB is underscore ID. Now that is unique for each and every entry that is being put inside the database, right? That underscore ID is different for each and every entry that is put inside the database. Now, because that is unique, I can use that underscore ID to generate a token that is going to be present inside the cookie, right? So I have taken that underscore ID, I have put my signature over it. How do I put my signature over it? I put my signature in a .env file, and then I just sign it, right? jwt dot sign, fine, jwt dot sign. It takes two parameters. First parameter is the object which we want to put inside, which we want to put inside that token. So in my case it would be underscore ID, that is for sure unique. So that is for sure unique, so I just putting it inside the token for the token generation. Secondly, it takes the signature, right? It takes the signature. So I am taking my unique ID, I am putting a signature over it, and then making a token. Token is made, token is done. Now that the token is made, I'll just put it inside the cookie. Now that the token is made, I'll just put it inside a cookie, right? And I'll just be returning that cookie. Fine. If you guys didn't understand, I'll just try to make you understand. Where did that go? Yeah. So, like this is the thing. I have made the cookie, right? Wait a second, guys. Wait a second. Wait a second. I have made that token. Now, what I am trying to do is I have made this token using this user ID, right? Now this token, what, like the token which I have made, it is going to be put inside a cookie. So this is the token that I have made using this user ID, which is unique for me. Every entry that is being created in the database has a unique underscore ID. Fine. So I have my own unique underscore ID. So this is the thing. Using that, I have generated a token which is then put inside this cookie, and then it is being returned from the server to the front end. Fine. Using this rest.cookie. Once you do rest.cookie, it gets sent from the server to the front end. And what is the name of that token? I have put that name of the token to be JWT. And that, what is the actual token? This actual token is this token which I am putting inside. And these are basically optional functions. uh, you intended to provide more security, that's it. Even like even this guy, even this guy is an optional, right? Expires in 15 days. This is basically when the token would expire, and basically you would get logged out of that account. So these are optional things. Basically a security enhancing feature, you can like call. So yeah, this is the thing. um so this is done, this is done, this is done, this is done. So yeah, now what I'm trying to do is protect my route. Like authorization understood, authentication understood, authorization understood. That is authentication with whether I'm logged in or not. If I am logged in, if I am logged in, then I would be given a particular token from the server to the front end. I hope you understand now that what is token, what is cookie. Now that I'm logged in, I would be getting a token from the server. I would be getting a cookie from the, I would be getting a cookie, right? I would be getting a cookie from the server to the front end. That cookie would be containing token. That token would be containing an underscore ID, right? So this is the thing. Cookie, token, cookie contains token, token contains underscore ID. Done. Like this can, like you can understand it. You can just like keep in mind in this way, right? So like that is done. Now request.cookies is used to access that token. Token is inside that cookie. So request.cookies.jwt. Remember, I had said that the name of the token is jwt. I have kept the name of the that token to be jwt. So I have made that token to be jwt, and I have put that inside token, like just a variable, like just a variable, right? Now if not is equal to token, let us say you are not logged in, so how are you to get a token? Exactly, that's the thing. You are not logged in, you are not logged in, so no token provided. That means you are not logged in, right? Next come here. Let us say you are logged in, but your token does not match. That means you are not authorized, right? You are not authorized. So unauthorized, the invalid token, the token is invalid, right? Let's say you have changed, let us say you have anyhow or the other changed the token. I guess this can be done by going to the browser console. I don't exactly remember I have done this before or not, but I don't know, like I think cookie can be changed going inside the browser console, but I don't exactly remember. Anyways, like you are not on the you are not authorized, right? Let us say even you surpass this. Firstly, you are authenticated. Next, you are authorized. Next, listen to this. Recorded means verification, right? Now my token has been verified. Now my token, what does that contain? What does my token contain? Underscore ID. And I would be accessing that underscore IDC, user IDC. Oh, my bad. Right? I'm accessing that underscore ID. So what does this guy have? Now look at this. The coded.user ID itself contains my underscore ID. Now I am going to find that user, that particular underscore ID, using that user dot find by ID. So basically, what is this user? This user is this model, this model. Where is this? This model, right? User dot model dot js. So I'm trying to find my this guy inside the database. Let us say I don't get it. So user not done. Else. What I'm trying to do is make a variable called user. This is actually making a variable, right? I guess this would also work if I am like trying to do this way. No. Trying to do this way. I guess this works. Oh, yeah, this works. Like basically, this is a variable in which I am trying to store user. Like, what is this user? Everything inside that particular entry, my entry which is being stored in the database, that entry is getting stored in the user, in this user. How is that happening? Because of this guy. Because of this guy. This guy, what it does is, underscore id is unique for every entry in the database. I'm repeating this more often, right? Underscore id is like different for each and every single entry in the database. What it does is, it lets you find that particular entry and have everything except the password. Look at this, I've selected and then erased the password out of it, and then stored everything inside the user. Then and then I have just put that user inside a particular this thing, inside a particular variable called user. Now this is highly beneficial. Exactly, this is the thing which is going to help us in taking out the entry that I personally have as a logged in user inside the database. This acts as something which is highly beneficial because I have gotten my entry, right? I How did I get my entry? I accessed my cookie, which has token, which has underscore id, and using that underscore id I was able to extract all the fields of my particular entry that is being present inside the database. And then out of that particular all those particular fields which are present in my particular entry, I have just stored it inside this request dot user. Basically I have stored it inside the user variable. Then that's it, and then I have passed the next function. That this is basically a middleware, so if you don't use the next, it won't go to the like this, right? It won't go to the send message, so I basically protected it. That's it. No. I've tried hard, people. I've tried hard to explain you, like, how is this token being, like, like how is this being token being generated? How is being passed to the cookie? How is this cookie being passed to the front end from the server? Like, I hope you guys have understood everything. I have had a very tough time in understanding that um, how is this cooking getting passed. Like, I guess my screen is getting yeah. Like, I sometimes feel afraid that I'm recording my screen and then suddenly something like in the background my OBS studio just stops recording. So anyways, I got off topic. Anyways, like I had a tough time in understanding that how is this token being generated? How am I actually extracting my user ID from my token? So this is how I am trying to extract. Whenever I try to verify this, everything gets extracted to my decoded variable, where which I can use to find the underscore id, which I can again use to search through the database. Then that's it, people. I can't explain you in any more details. I guess I like the amount of time that it took me to understand this concept was much more, and I had to do more than four 4 or 5 projects to understand this, that what is actually happening. I'm logging in, there's a particular token being generated that is passed to the cookie, that is passed from the server to the front end, and then how is the verification being done, and then how is that user id being extracted, and then how is that user id being filtering through these all these entries of the database. I guess I won't be able to make you understand even better than this. I have I've just put in my full potential into the explaining of this concept to you guys. So yeah, that was the thing. So this is the thing. So I've just been dealing with code. I'll just show you like how is it functioning. So just a bit more, people, just a bit more. This is the handler function. I've just said that whether this is getting received or not. Fine, this is the receiver id. Like, whenever I am sending my message, I need someone to receive my message, so I just be putting that inside this function. This receiver id is a variable, right? I'm putting inside the parameters. So request.params is used to extract something out of this parameter. request what body, I'm extracting the message. Like think it to be a like kind of a common sense, right? If I'm sending a message, what are the credentials? The person who is sending the message, the person who is receiving the messages, and the third thing, what message is that guy sending, right? Who is sending, to whom he is sending, and what is he sending, right? So exactly that's the thing. Sender ID, who is sending message, what is he sending, receiver ID, to whom is he sending. These are the things. And then I can be like, oh wait, conversation dot find one. That is, I'm just finding that whether a conversation has been initiated before or not, like whether the conversation has been initiated before or not, right? If I don't get any conversation that has been initiated before, like if you are not able to understand this thing, I'll just show you my modeling. So this is my modeling, where is this modeling? Yeah. So this is my, like feel free to look at this, people. So this is the full name, username, password, gender, profile pic, which I am letting the user, a person who is signing in, I'm letting him to give all these: full name, username, password, gender, profile pic, all these, right? And then this is my, like if you, like if you just want more, even more time to look into this, just pause the video, right? Or just move back and just pause the video, and then you can just read it. Otherwise I'm just explaining, going on explaining it. This is the message model. So when I'm messaging, what do I need? Firstly is the sender ID, second receiver ID, then what message am I sending, who is sending, to whom he is sending, what is he sending. So who is sending, sender ID. What is he sending, message, who, to whom is he sending, this guy, right? So who is sending is type of a, like reference, like I have made a type to be a particular, I have made this type to reference to a particular model, right? Which is the user model. This should refer to a particular user model, this should refer to a user model. This can be something that needs to be added from our side, so it's a string. And this is the timestamp set it true, that is basically for date creation, date modification inside the database. I mean, this is optional, you can or you cannot add it, but it is always a good practice to add this timestamp as true. Fine. So I've just modeled it down, I've just made the model, and then I've just exported it. And then there comes the conversation model, right? So understand this one thing. um, I guess you have understood the message dot model, right? You have understood what is message dot model. Whom am I sending? What am I sending? And who is the guy who is sending? Who is the guy who is sending message? To whom is he sending the message? And what is the message that is being sent? Now, what is this conversation model? What is this conversation? Now look at this. Participants is an array. That means I can send the message to you. Let us say I am A and someone near sitting next to me is B. So I am sending, A is sending to message to B, or let us say B is sending the message to A, right? So in any of the cases, I can have an array which says that these two people, A comma B are present in a particular array, and then there is a message being sent. I'm just explaining you. I'll just be showing you my database, right? For the time being, just focus on what am I explaining. If I am sending a message, A is sending a message to B, A to B, message is being sent from A to B, there would be an array which would say that A to B, A comma B, right? There would be an array which says A comma B. So this is the A comma B, right? This is the A comma B from A to B. Now what is the message that is being sent? This is the message that is being referenced to the message model, right? This is being referenced to the user model. I can have many participant rights. If this is not yet clear, people, don't worry. When I'll showing you my database, you'll get a clear picture of what is happening and what not. So feel free to look at this, and then I've just modeled it down. Um, and then this is the thing that if I am not getting, like think it to be in this way, you can just think it to be in this way. Let us say in the case of WhatsApp. when someone is not in your chat list, when someone is, let's say, inside your contacts, whom you have not ever texted, so that person is present in the contacts of your WhatsApp contacts, right? But there is no chat that is present, right? There is no chat that is present, so you can just imagine it to be in that way, that conversation dot find one, right? You find this guy, you find this guy is you find this guy, that whether that any conversation from A to B is present or not. Like, let us say you have a contact in your phone, right? And then you have a person called X. So have you ever texted that person on WhatsApp? No. So there would be answer for this as no. You haven't ever texted, right? That guy, that X is just inside your contact. You haven't ever texted. So that guy is just in your contacts, right? So exactly this is the thing, that I haven't ever texted, I haven't ever texted, and this guy await conversation dot create, I haven't ever texted. So what am I trying to do is put this participants inside that conversation. I'm trying to put that participant inside that conversation, right? Me and the guy to whom I am sending the message, I will put these two guys inside that inside a particular array, and the message which I am sending. So what are the two things? Firstly, I am sending the message. To whom am I sending the message? These two things. I am sending the message to the person whom I am sending the message. These two things, they get enclosed inside an array. Next field comes the message. Fine. I'm reading the message here. Nothing new over here. This is just for debugging, right? Just leave this people, this guy, this console. This is just for debugging. Like, I was getting an error, so I just be clearing it out. Anyways, focus on this. So, and because I'm making the call to the database, so I'm putting await, right? Uh, this is the thing. This is the thing. So, await message dot create. In my message, in my this message thing, I've just created sender id, user receiver id, and message, and then I'm just making message dot create, and that's it. So this is debugging. Now if there is a new message, now look at this, people. Just imagine that you do not have a particular chat with anyone, you haven't ever texted someone, right? So what is that WhatsApp going to do? Firstly, it is going to check that whether have you ever initiated a call with this guy or not. Whether have you ever, like, let's say a particular guy is just present inside your WhatsApp contact, you haven't ever texted that guy. Now that guy, when you are trying to send that person a text, WhatsApp is first at the very, like, this can just be imagined, right? Like, I don't know how they are doing it behind the scenes, like how they are doing it, no one knows. So try to imagine it in this way, that you haven't ever texted that guy. So this is find one, right? You didn't ever get the conversation, so you will try to initiate a conversation, putting yourself and the person that you are trying to send that message inside an array, and then putting the message. You are trying to put yourself, that is the person who is sending the message, and the person who is receiving the address in a particular array, and the next, which is one of the field, that array is one of the fields. Then the next field is, what message are you trying to send? So this is the message which I am trying to send. I'm sorry. This is the message which we are trying to send. Now, if a new message has been initiated, try to push that conversation inside that message inside the conversation dot messages, right? New message dot id, basically new message dot id. Do not push that string. So, and then tell that, yeah, this is the new message that has been created, and then it has been pushed. If you didn't get it, don't worry, people, I'll just be showing you. Like, this is the database to everything. This is the users. Like, this is my user, this is my username, this is my full name, like, and this is my password and all these things. Now these are my messages. This is the message. This is the message, right? And this is the conversation. Now let us delete everything. Let's delete everything. I'll just be showing. Let us delete this guy. Let's delete this guy. Let us delete this guy. Let us delete this guy. Done. Right? Fine. Now server is up and running. Fine. My database is connected. Server is running. What am I trying to do is I'll go to Thunder client. I'll go to chat app. I'll go to the authentication one. First, I'll try to sign up. Fine. Look at this. Username is something called Aditya. Fine. I have these passwords and confirm password. Send. Now this is being created. This is being created, and there is an entry when I refresh this. Look at this. Fine. Entry is being created. Nothing new in this. Feel free to pause the video and then just have a look through it. Then when I'm trying to log in, it says invalid credentials, right? Now when I put my correct credentials, you see, I have received the response, and when I go to the cookies, I have this guy, this JWT. Look at this guy, right? Wait, why did I show my JWT? Oh, anyways, I'm going to just delete it. Fine, this is my JWT. Uh, See, next, you can see over here that new IDs are being generated, new cookies are being generated, right? So I'm logged in, right? I'm logged in. Now what I'm trying to do is, look at this. I have this entry and I have been logged in, right? Now I'll try to log out. Let's see. Let us see over here. Am I having any cookies? Let us see over here. Am I trying? Am I having? Yeah, I am having. Let us say I need to manage the cookies, right? This is the cookie that I'm having. I'm trying to log out of it, right? So I'll just be like send, right? I'll go to the cookie manager. Wait, the logout function. Wait, no. This guy, right? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. This was the entry. When I'm trying to send it, now look at this cookie manager. Where is this? Manage the cookies. Look, it's done, finished, right? So when I am trying to log out, this gets logged out, right? Now when I'm trying to log in again, there's a response and there is a particular cookie that is present, right? Now I'll try to put an entry into the database. I'll try to put an entry into the database. This is the auth folder, this is the message folder. Now I'll try to send. Nothing is there in this inside this, nothing is there inside this. This is something where I need to send the message, and this is the place where I need the receiver to receive my message. I am logged into my server and I want the receiver to receive my message. So I'm not having any receiver, right? I'm not having any receiver. I just make a receiver. So I'll go to the auth folder. I'll sign up again. I'm just making, let us say I put this to be Verma. Fine, the username is different. I'll just put a sign up. Now look at this. This gets refreshed and there's a particular new entry. So I have made this guy. I've made this guy. Still I'm inside this when I've just signed up, right? I've just signed up. When I'm logging in, I'll try to log in with this guy. So I'm logged in with Aditya. Now I will try to send the message to Verma. So remember this guy. Remember this, people. I'm trying to send the message to Verma and I am logged in using Aditya. Okay? Right? So let's go to this send. So what is the ID of Verma? This is the receiver's ID. I'm logged in using this. I'm trying to receive my message using this. Fine. This is the that I am trying to send. So I'll just send it. Now look at this. 8DCN at last. 8DCN is the sender. Receiver is 8DD5. Look at this guy. 8DD5. 8DD5. Right? What is the message that I have sent? This is the message that I'm trying to send. Right? What is the ID for this particular message? 8 triple D. Look at this. Look at this. When I'm trying to go to messages, look at this. 8 triple D has been generated. Now, like apply your common sense. Whenever I'm trying to send a message, what are the three credentials required? Firstly, who is trying to send? Whom is he trying to send? What is it trying to send? So, whom is it trying to send? Receiver. Whom is it like? Who is sending this guy? What is he sending this guy? Then I guess I have explained you the entire intuition behind what am I trying to do, and just one conversations is left. Fine. Let us say this guy is there. When I move to the conversations, as I said, I am trying to put myself and the person whom I am trying to send the message inside a particular array, and then there would be a message that is being sent between both of us, right? Move to this conversations. Look at this. Participants. Who are the participants? Tell me. Who are the participants? Sender and the receiver. Sender is ADC9. Look at this. ADC9, right? This is the 8DD5 is the receiver. 8DD5 is the receiver. Now the participants, to whom am I sending and who is sending, both are present in that participants, right? Both are present in that participants. Now, what is the message that is being sent? So this is the message that is being sent. This is the message that is being sent. And if you remember, this 8 triple D is exactly the same as this guy. Look at this 8 triple D, right? Now, how, like, let us say I'm having more conversations with this guy. Like, this is the sender, this is the receiver. I'm having more and more conversations. Fine. I'll just show you that to you here also. This is the message that I'm trying to send. One, send, done. Fine. Two, fine. Three, fine. Four, fine. When I refresh this, look at this. This gets updated to 5. That means there are 5 messages that is being transferred from me to that guy. Look at this. Look at this. You understand what is happening? There's a particular array, that means me and that particular guy, wherein the conversations are happening. And what are the conversations? This guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. These 5 are the conversations. And when you look to that conversations in particular, look at this guy. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at this. 5 conversations. And this is the thing. Yeah. So, even if you do not understand this, I'll try to make you understand even better. Look at this. Let us say I get logged out. I get logged out. Fine. I'm logged in with Aditya, right? I'll get logged out. Okay, fine. I'll go to cookies. I'll go to manage cookies. Nothing, right? Nothing is there. Fine. I have been logged out. Okay, fine. I've been logged out. I'll go to cookies. I've been logged out. Right? I've been logged out. Try to sign in using Verma. That is, now Verma is the guy who is trying to send me message, who is trying to message me. Send. Fine. I have been logged in using Verma. Manage cookies. I am having a cookie. I am having a cookie. I have logged in. Right. I am logged in using Verma. Go to the send. Verma is trying to send a message to Aditya. So this is the receiver. This is the receiver. I need to change the receiver. Look at this. Verma is logged in, trying to send the message to Aditya. Trying to send the message to Aditya. Look at this. Then message one. Fine. This is the message. Uh, when you hit send, message is sent. Now, what would have happened? This is as it is. When I move to messages, you see there are 6 conversations. You see 6. This is the latest one. Where is that gone? This is the latest one, right? This is the latest one. But when I move to this guy, conversations, look at this. Look at this. Just have a look at this. This guy has 6 messages. See, the latest with the latest message being this one, F8D F7, F8D F7. No, 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 no. Where it is? F8D F7. Look at this. Do you realize what is happening? The conversations between both of us is keeping on happening, right? Now when I try to sign in with some other user and send that message to some other user, then there would be a next field that would be created over here. I can't explain you even better than these people. I have tried my fullest. I've tried to my fullest potential to try to explain to you what is happening and what not. So yeah, this was the video, guys. I guess my OBS studio is working fine. 47 minutes. I guess the video became too long. Anyways, people, if you think that this was a video on token that needs to be given a particular like, I mean, if you want to give a like to this video, just do it. If you want to subscribe to my channel, if you, I just just go ahead and like my video or subscribe to my channel if you think that it was a legit explanation about tokens. Firstly, I would just like to just highlight upon what are the things that I have touched. Firstly, this what is token, how is this being generated, how is it being generated from the underscore id of the MongoDB, uh, how does MongoDB generate all the different IDs. Now, how does that id go inside the token, how does that token go inside the cookie, how that does that cookie get passed from the backend to the front end, and all these functionalities which I have made. So yeah, that was the thing, people, and I guess you have understood it clearly, and I guess people, you have understood it clearly, and if you feel that it was a good video, so be sure to practice it, people. I had a very tough time in understanding what this token is all about, what putting it inside the cookie, then parsing it, then extracting the basically decoding it using .jwt.verify. I had a very tough time. I don't know why. Even if I watched tutorials, even if I watched YouTube videos, but I couldn't like just really figure out until and unless I did it. I did it somehow any day. So I have tried my fullest potential to explain you what is happening and what not inside the socket. So feel free to like or comment or subscribe. And if you have any questions, I am not having that much of subscribers, so don't worry. If you are commenting about a particular issue, it won't get lost. I will try my level best to just answer you your doubts in the comment section if you ask some. Right? Yeah. So that is it, people. So I'll just see you in the next one with a new video wherein I'll be putting a socket.io connection for the real time passing of the messages. So tune in, people, for the next video. Maybe I'll just make it tomorrow. uh, I'm just being consistent. So yeah, thank you, people, for watching my video, and hope you would have gotten some insightful knowledge out of it. So yeah, thank you, people. I'm just stopping my recording.